Howdy, I'm Nancy Angel from the Sabine Natchez chapter of the Texas Master Naturalist, and this is a session on activities for fairs, festivals, and farmers markets, how to engage your audience with a message, conservation message in 2 minutes or less. And yes, I'm wearing a frog on my head because a lot of distractions are at fairs and festivals. You've got to compete with cotton candy and rides. And so this kind of thing will attract people over to say, what is up with that? First, to let you know how much all of these items cost. This is a free poster that I made, and it was simple to make. Just run off some pictures off of and print it up off of my printer. If I wanted to go ahead and do a Canva of this, and with the amphibians and all of the science words on here, that can be made, printed, and laminated for about $38. And one of our Master Naturalist volunteers and puts our posters on nice wooden frames, which looks really great in the wind to keep those down. And you can see we have this easel that we take with us. This frog habitat was made out of scrap by one of our Master Naturalist chapter members. It's some 2 feet of PVC pipe with the hole here to hang it on the wall. This is the little end cap, and there's a hole drilled 5 inches from the bottom. This is where you fill your water line. Also have flying insect killer. This is just cardboard. And it's fun with kids because they don't really care how all of this is done, but it helps to hold your stuff together if you're going to be taking it to a lot of places. Our pond here, lily pads, are made out of shower curtain from the dollar store. A shower curtain was about $10. The lily pads are a little plastic cut out of the shower curtain. That's green, so the whole thing was $20. I got 144 of these little frogs that jump when you punch them on the rear end. And so those were about $7 for 144 of those off of Oriental Traders. Also, these bigger frogs were 6 for about $32. They're bean bags. They're really good for your smaller children that want to play with them and find out what you're doing at your booth. This dragonfly, these are $11, and I can't remember where I got them, online somewhere. And they have these little clips, so you can clip them onto things. And so then the activity is, of course, the kids are going to come over and say, well, what's going on? So I said, well, we're talking today about nature in Southeast Texas and about how important frogs are and the marsh habitat is for our area. So what you have here, these are little lily pads, and see these bugs right here? I bet you could take one of these frogs and get him to hop onto there just like that and eat a bug. And I'll have a lot of these around there for the kids to play with. And then your little bitty kids will just like to squeeze these frogs. And while they're doing that, I explain our science words about frogs. So did you know frogs are like us in the sense that they are vertebrates? A vertebrate has a backbone, and also they're tetrapods like us. They have 4 limbs. But they are herptiles, which are reptiles and amphibians, and they're different than us as amphibians because they start their life in the water, and then when they become adults, they live on the land. So this is the difference in frogs and toads. You've probably heard rumors that if you kiss a frog, it'll turn to a handsome prince. Or, ooh, what if a toad pees on you? Will you get warts? We're going to talk about things that are true about frogs and toads. They are very good at eating insects, which is the game right here we have with the frogs. And you can make a frog habitat. You don't have to put out poison at your house to eat the insects. you can take this 2 feet PVC pipe, 2 inches in diameter, put a hole in it, then hang it on your wall with a tiny little hole right here that you fill with water. And your frog will live in there and come out at night and eat the bugs. And you don't have to use poison. And you don't have to use any electricity for a zapper. Oh, but frogs poop in their house. So once a week, you got to drain out the nasty water, right, and fill it up with fresh water because frogs need moisture on their skin. Another creature that's really great for the marsh and why we need to keep all sorts of toxins out of the water is, who knows what this is? Oh yeah, dragonfly. Do you know what the dragonfly's nickname is? It has a nickname. They are mosquito hawks. And guess why they call them that? Because they eat mosquitoes. When they're adults, they eat adult mosquitoes. And when they are larvae living in the water, guess what they eat? Mosquito larvae. So don't you want that around your house? Yes, mosquito hawks. We do. But some people say, oh, I've got all these old mosquitoes around my house. I'm going to get one of these big flying insect foggers. And that'll kill the mosquitoes. Well, that's true, but you know what else? It's going to kill. Yes, the beneficial insects also. So it's better for mosquitoes if we just put repellent on our skin and have all the beneficial insects like the pollinators and the bees and the mosquito hawks there to help us.